Bhajahure mana Sri Nanda Nandanaya Bhaya Charanara Bindare Bhajahure mana Sri Nanda Nandanaya Bhaya Charanara Bindare.
Jai Sparikar Shri Shri Guru Garanga Shri Shri Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunalitam Dhyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. We are observing today the disappearance of His Holiness Sripad Bhakti Premik Siddhanti Maharaj, formerly a brahmachari, given the name Chidananda Prabhu. So Siddhanti Maharaj distinguished himself in so many ways in the service of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, and Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. Chidananda Prabhu, after taking initiation from Srila Prabhupada, became the first temple president of the San Francisco temple established by Srila Prabhupada. And he served there in a very close relationship with His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. And though I didn't know Chidananda Prabhu in those days, I didn't come to know him until sometime later. I don't think until after the first world tour of Srila Govinda Maharaj. Prior to that, I listened to recordings all the time of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and I was listening to one from I believe it was 1982, and Goswami Maharaj was speaking, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj was asking about something that he wanted done, and Goswami Maharaj was telling him that Chidananda Prabhu, he's feeling weak, he won't be able to do that. I think it was an errand to Calcutta, some need for someone to go to Calcutta. So he said instead Paribrajaka will go. I think it was Paribrajaka. Maybe, more likely Partamitra, I don't recall. Anyway, Partamitra was Paribrajaka Maharaj's brahmachari name. At any rate, from those early times, Chidananda Prabhu was connected with Srila Sridhar Maharaj, continued to be so, and served His Divine Grace, as was his nature to do. Chidananda Prabhu was the well-wisher of everyone, and especially dedicated to his services. So when I came to know him, I think it was anyway, it was quite wonderful for me. He and Srila Shrava Prabhu had something of a love-hate relationship. Srila Shrava Prabhu and Srimati Sanatani Devi, they were the hosts of many devotees in their house. So their family was always graced with the foot dust of the devotees of Krishna. And many devotees, not just one or two, but many, so Trinadapi Sunichena Charorapi Sahishnuna Manina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. So they had to practice this very nicely in order to accommodate such a wide array of devotees, to show respect and to be tolerant and humble, because there are always differences among devotees, as there are among everyone. So Srila Shrava Prabhu and Srimati Sanatani Devi were able to harmonize big, vast differences among a wide range of devotees. And so Chidananda Prabhu lived in their house for a good while, and this was the source of many disputes between he and Srila Shrava Prabhu, who would often declare that they were not speaking to the other one. Srila Shrava Prabhu had to exercise either great control to prevent himself from hitting Chidananda Prabhu, because they would get in these squabbles. They were so heated and so pointed that they practically would come to blows. I think they may have actually on one occasion, but I don't recall for sure. But that would have been very rare. They had too much respect for each other to let such a thing go too far. So the lives of the saints, quite remarkable. So, and both of them, both Srila Shrava Prabhu and Chidananda Prabhu, had a certain knack also for getting under people's skin. So, so both being blessed with this characteristic, and then living in close proximity to each other, naturally some heated exchanges could be expected. But they were always resolved, and once resolved, then no one could ever guess that they had ever happened in the first place. They were good friends, the best of friends, and could never be parted as friends, etc., etc. So Chidananda Prabhu could create these sorts of things because he was not afraid to speak his mind. Sometimes he spoke things that were disagreeable to others, including myself. Never anything very disagreeable, only that it seemed that he may say something that was inappropriate for the circumstance. He may say something make a point in a class or something that would be perhaps better said privately. Not that it shouldn't be said, but may have been more appropriate to do so in a different setting. But sometimes he said things that were a little disturbing, but which were very appropriate and very welcomed, and needed to be said also. So, at any rate, he didn't. Govinda Maharaj said about Sagar Maharaj, he needs to get a lower gear, and I think that would be a fair statement for Siddhanti Maharaj in some instances. But the I would never take that high gear away from him. He was just wonderful the way he was. So he did his service to Srila Govinda Maharaj with the same enthusiasm with which he spoke his mind. And that was also in high gear. So I remember one time hearing, I was in India in Navadvip, and it was must have been, like for some reason June or July or something. I say it must be. Usually I was not there at that time of the year, March, April maybe, not so much later. But anyway, it was very, very hot, and Govinda Maharaj was feeling some disturbance by the heat, and someone told me, "Did you hear what Chidananda Prabhu did?" "Oh no, what is that?" "Oh, he was to help keep Govinda Maharaj's room cool. He was getting buckets of water and carrying them up to the roof, which meant first floor, second floor roof. So up 2 flights of stairs, buckets of water carrying up to pour on the roof, so that they, through the evaporation, then it would help to cool the room where Govinda Maharaj was staying." So that was a symptom of how much Siddhanti Maharaj felt for Srila Govinda Maharaj. And it also is an indication of how much Govinda Maharaj felt for him also. So talking about Shrudashrava Prabhu and Chidananda Prabhu, later to become Vaishnava Maharaj and Siddhanti Maharaj, also reminds me of something I was hearing from Srila Sridhar Maharaj, who was sort of reminiscing and saying, one by one they're all going away. Speaking about his own godbrothers, and so we are of an age now that we are also beginning to experience that. Sriman Rishabhdev Prabhu, in particular, Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj, Sripad Vaishnava Maharaj. Others also, of course. Not long ago, Sriman Haricharan Prabhu, one of the oldest disciples of Srila Sridhar Maharaj. When Srila Sridhar Maharaj, soon after Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disappearance, at that time he was remembering that Srila Prabhupada, our Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he was in Bombay at that time. But soon afterwards moved to Calcutta, and then shortly afterwards Srila Sridhar Maharaj came to know of this, and Prabhupada, Srila Sridhar Maharaj by this time had gone to Navadvip to stay, had received kind donation of land by Prabhu Saki Babu, one of Srila Sridhar Maharaj's dear friends and godbrothers. And so he had just begun a project of beginning his mat there, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat mat. And with the help of Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, some not very important godbrothers, or brahmacharis, not very important brahmacharis. So sometime during that period, Haricharan Prabhu joined him, and it must have been, I think just before that, Aranya Maharaj, who was then Krishna Sharan Prabhu. So I think Krishna Sharan Prabhu first, then Haricharan Prabhu, and then Govinda Maharaj. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj was mentioning that he would go to Calcutta, where he had opened an office there, or a branch of his mat for preaching in Calcutta, and Haricharan Prabhu would accompany him there. So he was also, but this was before Govinda Maharaj had yet joined, I think. I'm pretty sure of it, actually. So, because that was around 1944. So anyway, Srila Sridhar Maharaj was mentioning that, I think he was thinking about, I think this was on Srila Prabhupada's, our Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj's disappearance day. one by one they are all leaving, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj is a little surprised that he is witness to this. He didn't expect to live so long himself, and especially as regards Swami Maharaj, Sridhar Maharaj said he never thought that he would succeed Swami Maharaj, meaning that Swami Maharaj would disappear before himself. So, at any rate, in this time, I'm not very old by most standards, but beginning to see the same thing, and that my God brothers, my friends, one by one, they're going away. So, the good chance to remember a few things. And one of those is that we don't know how long we have in this world. And no one can ever know. One of my God brothers, Narayan Maharaj, passed away in an automobile accident just, I think, within a couple of years of his taking sannyas from Srila Sridhar Maharaj. So, one thing is for sure, each of us will leave this world, and so we should make the best use of our time, make the best use we can of the time that we have here. So we should not. So we should. I like to try and take some lessons from Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj. And I think we should all try to take some lessons from him. And especially this lesson that we should not be too shy to speak what we believe to be the truth, what we believe to be good, what we believe will be helpful to others. If we are wrong, then the others can tell us, and they can make their case and challenge what we say. But if we don't say what we believe to be true, then if it is true and we don't say it, then how much is lost by not saying it? When will we get the chance again to say that truth to someone? When will we again get the chance to help someone in his progress in the line of Krishna consciousness? We don't know. Maybe never. Maybe not at all. So then why should we hesitate to do good for others? What we believe is good for others, then we should not hesitate. Srila Prabhupada, Swami Maharaj used the expression, "He who hesitates is lost." A moment gone cannot be regained. Time is passing. Krishna tells Arjuna in the Gita, "Time I am, and I am the destroyer of all things." So that time is the destroyer of these bodies. We will not exist in these bodies forever, but not only not forever, not very long at all in the comparison to forever. We will exist forever, but these bodies will not exist forever. And this human form of life is a very precious thing. And life as a devotee of Krishna, life as a practitioner of devotion to Krishna, life as a disciple of a guru who is teaching Krishna consciousness, these lives are very precious, very valuable. So we have a duty, a responsibility to utilize them to their fullest extent, to our fullest extent, for the fullest good, for the optimum good of everyone. By practicing that, what we can do for the maximum good of everyone will also be for our maximum good, then why hesitate? Why hesitate to do what is good for others and what is good for ourselves? It's common sense, right? So, but we're often inhibited and prohibited by social norms and etiquettes and such things. And these things are to be more or less overcome by the preachers of Krishna consciousness. A Brahman is not supposed to be punished. Why? Why should a Brahman not be punished? A couple of reasons. Because who will punish him? He is an exalted soul, so who would administer the punishment should be of a higher standard than him. So who will do that? So a Brahman should not be punished. A Brahman should not be punished because he's a pure soul. He's acting on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he's a devotee. He should be a devotee. Not all Brahmins are devotees, but in the highest sense, they should be devotees of Krishna. So, devotee of Krishna should not be punished. A Brahmin is the giver of wisdom. He's the giver of knowledge about the absolute truth. So, if he is under threat of punishment, then he's always under threat that if he doesn't say the right thing, then he may be punished. And then his preaching, the wisdom that he wants to give, he'll feel restricted in giving that wisdom, right? He'll feel inhibited. So the Brahmins should not be restricted, and the preachers, the sannyasis of Mahaprabhu, they also, for the same reasons and actually even better reasons, then they should not be restricted. The sannyasis of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are supposed to enlighten us, to bless us with their preaching the precepts of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and we are especially interested in Chaitanya Saraswati, the preaching of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as delineated by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur. So he introduced sannyas for this purpose, this very purpose, to distribute the teachings of Mahaprabhu in the most unrestricted fashion possible. So sannyasis are the innocent persons. They're more or less to be considered as innocent members of society, like the Brahmins, like ladies, like women, like children, like the elderly. So, as innocent persons, they are not to be punished. And again, if we try to do so, then we take the risk, first, of committing some offense, some aparad, but second, that what valuable things they have to give, we may not get that. They may feel inhibited and uncomfortable to speak what they believe to be the truth. So Saraswati Thakur certainly did not seem to feel much restriction. He was a gentleman, a very high standard of gentleman. There was an incident where Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was accused of stealing stealing someone's pond. Yeah, I know. He was so much hated that people would find any excuse to blame him for something, to stop him, to inhibit him. And so one man brought a complaint against the local magistrate that he is a thief. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati is a thief. Well, what has he stolen? No, he stole my pond. So right now I can't recall the full story, but this is the highlight. So so he showed us Nikila Bhuvana Maya Chinna Vichina Kartri, slashing and smashing Maya, slashing and smashing. This was Srila Sridhar Maharaj's poetic way of expressing capturing the personality of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. What kind of personality is he? One who is a slasher, a smasher, a destroyer. He's a destroyer of things. He's Singha Guru. He's a lion of a guru. Like that, such expressions. Within, he was had a demeanor that Srila Sridhar Maharaj could not describe with gentle enough words. So soft inside, but outside incredibly hard, unforgiving. One incident, one of his brahmacharis did something wrong, and he was ousted from the mat by the order of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. And the man was repentant, and in his repentance, he came to Srila Sridhar Maharaj. Srila Sridhar Maharaj was the Mat commander in Madras Gaudiya Mat, I believe, at this time. So this man came there and he wanted the association of the devotees. He was repentant, and he was very sorrowful that he had done this wrong, and he wanted forgiveness of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And he was presented himself in such a way that Srila Sridhar Maharaj could not think how to refuse his request. How could he keep him from visiting the mat and taking advantage of the association of the devotees and so forth? So he was in a quandary. He wrote Srila Bhakti Siddhanta asking him, oh, the man is very repentant, he's begging for your forgiveness, please instruct us what we can do. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta replied, something like this: I cannot accept him, but you can accept him. So then, of course, how can we accept someone who our guru will not accept? How? So that, this is the natural question. But that was the instruction. I cannot accept him, but you can accept him. So He was very hard. Saraswati Thakur, very hard in that way. But the softness was also there. And what Srila Sridhar Maharaj understood was, no, we must accept him. Because without the association of devotees, how will he improve? If we have some defect, how will we cure the defect? There's only one way, and that's the association of the devotees. Without their association, there's no hope for anyone. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati gave them the way how to show mercy to this man, right? There was something else I was going to say. I cannot accept him, but you can accept him. So, at any rate, Saraswati Thakur. So there was another. So, now I remember what I was going to say. I think I heard this from Srila Sridhar Maharaj, either him or Govinda Maharaj. I think Srila Sridhar Maharaj. I can't recall. Maybe it was Govinda Maharaj talking about I think maybe it was Govinda Maharaj talking about Srila Sridhar Maharaj. He was talking about Srila Sridhar Maharaj's chart. How one Brihaspati or someone, I don't recall. I don't know anything about astrology, so I may not get this right. But one of the signs is the sign of someone who is very religious. And the same sign indicates one who is very cruel. So it seems like this is an odd thing. How can one who is very cruel be a very spiritual and religious-minded person? And I don't remember if Govinda Maharaj resolved this or if I came to this conclusion myself, but whatever it is, what my understanding of it is this: that Srila Sridhar Maharaj showed such indifference to the world that he appeared to be a cruel person. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, I may recall some days ago I told that he was asking those who were leaving the festival, why are you cheating me? Oh, even if you say your house is burning, so what? Everything in this world may burn, nothing is lost. So leave your house. Oh, your family is there waiting for you to return, so what? What responsibility do you have to them? Everything can be finished. And you will leave all these things anyway, or they will leave you. Wake up, right? Wake up. That family of yours is not your eternal family. They will die and leave you, or you will die and leave them, no matter what you do. There's nothing we can do to prevent that. So face it. But what can you do that's good for yourself and what's good for them so that this problem doesn't keep recurring birth after birth, life after life, ad infinitum? You can take up the process of Krishna consciousness. You can do that. And then if you're successful, which you will be if you proceed, if you continue on this path without leaving it, you will eventually be successful. You can be sure of it. And then your own liberation will bring about the liberation of 50 generations of family, past and future. So you have the solution in your hand. Become a pure devotee of Krishna. And become a pure devotee by forgetting all the things of this world. All obligations, whatever, they are nothing. So the very religious man is one who is indifferent to this world, to the mundane world. So his actions sometimes appear very cruel. This devotee of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his disciple, I cannot accept him. Very, very cruel. Oh, but he's asking forgiveness. He's pleading in a very heartfelt way, asking us to petition you on his behalf. He's afraid to approach you. He's asking us, please forgive him. No, I cannot. I cannot accept him, but you can accept him. And so I saw this with Srila Giri Maharaj also. Sometimes very soft, and other times remarkably indifferent. And rather than use an example of him, offer another example of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. There was a sannyasi of his, Bharati Maharaj, who for some reason decided to go on pilgrimage to Badrik Ashram. And Saraswati Thakur, when he heard of this, then he was very disturbed. Oh, why has he done this? Oh, it's a holy place, the place of Vyasadeva, what we know of Bhagavatam, Veda, Vedanta, all these things. That is his seat, the author of these great works. That is his seat, Badrik Ashram. He's eternally present there, etc. It's a holy place of pilgrimage, purifying, etc. Oh, but I didn't send him there. He went without permission. He went without a service connection, service to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So Saraswati Thakur took away his sannyas for that. He was a good preacher. Srila Giri Maharaj said he was a very good preacher of the Bhagavatam. So Guru is heavy, heavier than the Himalayas, Srila Giri Maharaj said, when being asked about the title for a book of his talks about Guru. He said, Goswami Maharaj liked that title, Guru, heavier than the Himalayas. Srila Giri Maharaj said, but that's only one aspect of Guru. So in other words, it's not a complete title. It's not full. So he didn't like that so much. He liked rather Sri Guru and his grace. There's Guru, all-encompassing aspect. So Guru, heavier than the Himalayas, is also grace of Guru. The Himalayan magnitude of grace is also represented in that Guru who is heavier than the Himalayas, right? Both things are there. Great magnitude and great solidity, immovability. Without one, you don't get the other. So we shouldn't be afraid of guru heavy. Rather, we should welcome that guru heavy, sadhu heavy, sannyasi heavy, because we need something heavy to cut asunder all the misconceptions that we have been holding so tightly for so many lifetimes. Without some heavy personality, some truth teller, someone unafraid to tell us, hey, you know what the problem is? You're the problem. Now there's your problem. You are the problem. We need someone to tell us, to remind us, I am my own problem. I am the problem. I must change if I am to become free of problem. So that is the work of Guru, that is the work of Sadhu, that is the work of the sannyasis, that is the work of the Vaishnavas, and especially it is the work of the preachers. And that was what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur established, a mission of preachers. And preachers of what? Preachers of these truths. And he told his own preachers, don't look to be glorified by the men of this world. Don't think that they will appreciate what you're doing. Don't expect it. Don't look for it. Don't feel needy if you don't get it. We're not here to satisfy them, anyone, anything of this world. We're not here to satisfy that. Pujala Ragapat Gaurava Bange. We have something on our head which is of far greater importance than anything below. That is our divine master. That is the words of our divine preceptors, the teachings of our preceptors. That's what's above, and our job, our duty is to try and distribute that to everyone below. To welcome that, what is above, into my own heart, my own consciousness, my own thinking, and then to distribute that to as many as possible, as far and wide. So the children, they often say things in the company of adults that is inappropriate. Siddhanti Maharaj often did that. But he was and because he was childlike. And childlike means simple. And simple is the best qualification for a devotee. Simple and simple-hearted. Simple and sincere. Any one who is not foolish will appreciate the sincere attempt, even if it appears to be done in a foolish way, in an awkward way or an inappropriate way. The sincere attempt should be appreciated always. So I had had and have so much appreciation for this quality of His Holiness, Sripad Bhakti Premik Siddhanti Maharaj. And I had the good fortune of knowing that he also appreciated that quality about me. For reasons which I don't fully understand, he appreciated me when many, maybe most, did not. And he was always giving support to me. Whenever Srila Govinda Maharaj was talking about going out for a tour to go to the West, Siddhanti Maharaj would always petition Govinda Maharaj to come to New Jersey, to come to New York, to come to our temple here. Every time. If Siddhanti Maharaj was there when the discussion was taking place, he would always remind Govinda Maharaj, will you be going to New York? You should go to New York. You should go see Giri Maharaj. Like that. And he was always promoting me to Govinda Maharaj also. If I was there, and he would, on some special festival day or something like that, when he knew that different sannyasis would be asked to speak, and sometimes he would tell Govinda Maharaj, and be sure and ask Giri Maharaj to speak. Maharaj, will you ask Giri Maharaj to speak? Hare Krishna. Oh, he did this many times. And he was such a good example for us. I wanted to mention this book, Religion of the Heart, that he published not long before his disappearance. And the title is Religion of the Heart, and I think it must refer to the idea of Krishna consciousness and our line of Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti means the spirit of the heart, the fulfillment of the heart's desires. The heart is the moving force, service to Krishna as inspired by one's heart's desire, one's inner heart, inner desire. So I'm sure that was the intended meaning, but the book is a is derived from lectures of Srila Govinda Maharaj that came from his world tour or world tours. And when Siddhanti Maharaj began this book as Chidananda Prabhu, he asked me to help him with it. And of course I wanted to help. So he sent me the transcripts from the lectures. And so then I thought, well, the first thing I must do is check the transcripts against the original recordings and see if the transcript is accurate. Unfortunately, when I did that, then I found there were so many mistakes that had to be corrected, and I didn't have the time to do that. But nothing else could be done until first we had that proper transcript of the recordings. So I asked him, please, yourself or others, someone needs to go through each of these recordings with the transcript and correct all the transcripts. Then when you have a good transcript, then we can organize it the way you want to for presentation. So I think that also maybe was too much for him. I don't think he ever actually got that part done. I don't think the transcripts were ever corrected, or at least not fully, completely corrected. But he went on with the work anyway. And he asked many people to help him with it, and they're listed in the book there in the credits. And finally, and many did, many devotees helped with this. And finally, Sriman Bhuvana Mohan Prabhu, I think he, saw everything that needed to be done and took the whole project himself and made it complete, much to our happiness. And as a result, the beautiful book came out, and beautiful in every way, both in design and content. But the title, Religion of the Heart, and the book that represents that title tells us about Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj. Srila Govinda Maharaj was his heart and soul. That was Siddhanti Maharaj's religion.